Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to take a look at the Umi Z Pro. Now I said this before and I'll say it again, the days of spending $800, $900, $1,000 just to get a good phone are over. Now if you watch my channel, I showed you a bunch of quality phones you could get for $300 and under, and today we got another one. Hashtag another one. Now you can buy this from a bunch of different spots online. I'll throw the links up in the description. The price, $300. Now let's go through the specs real quick. This is a GSM unlocked phone. The price, $300. Now y'all know the drinking game. Every time I say $300, have a shot. So let's start over. The price, $300. Cheers. Build quality, 100% aluminum unibody housing. No plastic. Now you got a 5.5-inch HD 1080p display with the notification LED. Now for the processor, you got the MediaTek Helio X27 that's clocked in at 2.6 gigahertz with the Mali T880 GPU. Now what does that mean? Up-to-date specs. Now the phone does feature dual SIM slots. All right, so you can put in 2 SIMs or you can put in 1 SIM and 1 micro SD card with expandable memory up to 256 gigs. Now the phone has 32 gigs of storage with 4 gigs of RAM. Now fresh out of the box, it's running Android 6.0 Marshmallow, and you can update it to Android 7.0 Nugget. Shout out to the Nugget boys via OTG. Now one thing I like about the Umi phones, the OS is pretty much like a stock Android OS. So we're going to check that out. Now listen to this. For the battery, you got a 3,780 milliamp battery that features quick charge. Now they claim you could charge it from 0 to 100 in 100 minutes. So a little over an hour and a half to get you a full charge. Now think about that. I just bought an HTC Ultra for $830 and it came with a 3,000 milliamp battery. You see where I'm going with this? Now for the camera, on the rear, you got dual 13 megapixel cameras, autofocus, LED flash, and you got live photos. On the front, you got a 13 megapixel camera with a flash. Now, if you're buying this phone for a kid, trust me when I tell you, they're going to love that front-facing flash. Now, you got USB Type-C. You get a headphone jack. You know, you got to mention that these days. Fingerprint sensor. And it does have OTG support. All right, so let's check this out. Now, if you've seen the Umi Z, same presentation. Metal box. I like that. You can pause that and go through the specs again if you need to read them. Let's open this up. Okay, so inside, here's your phone. Okay, that didn't work out. Let me power this on. We'll get through that plastic in a second. All right, I'm about to take an L on this plastic. Y'all know I'll be having the struggles with the plastic. Here we go. Okay. On the back, here's your dual cameras, 13 megapixels. There goes your flash. Here's your SIM tray. On the other side, you got your power button, volume up and down. Nice clicks on that. 13 megapixel camera in the front with the flash. Headphone jack on the top. You got dual speaker grills on the bottom. Now you got a speaker on one side, mic on the other. There's your USB Type-C. And you got a fingerprint sensor. Nice lightweight on the phone, but it definitely doesn't feel cheap. Feels premium. If somebody handed you this phone and didn't tell you the price, you would think it's a $700, $800 phone. Let's see what else you get. Usual books and shit. Pluck them, file them to the side. Here's your USB Type-C. Now this is actually a nice cable. I like the red design with the clips on it. Definitely going to use this for something else. Get your power plug. And a SIM ejection tool. That's pretty much it. Now, I'm going to pause the video real quick. I'll struggle with this plastic. Let me throw some of my got tongue tied. Let me throw some of my information in here and we'll breeze through the OS. $300. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, y'all, so we back in. Now, I just put my information in the phone. I've been playing around with it for a few minutes, and I got to be honest with y'all. This phone is a go. All right, I'm impressed. Now, shout out to companies like Umi, Huawei, Blue. They're really changing the game right now. if you remember, it wasn't that long ago, maybe 2 years ago, if you wanted to get a trap phone, and when I say trap phone, I mean a backup phone, a work phone, throwaway phone, phone for your kids, phone for your parents, just a good budget phone, for under $300, you was getting something like this. Now I paid $220 for this. Look at this. Very cool. This has the trash speaker on the back. Sounds like garbage. You got an 8-megapixel camera. The picture quality is weak. Flimsy build quality. It just feels like cheap plastic. If somebody handed you this phone, you would immediately think this is one of those phones when you're at Walmart and you're getting ready to check out and they got this hanging up right next to the Skittles. You would think it's one of those throwaway phones. Look how far we came. Now, $220. The Umi Z, $220. Aluminum unibody housing, fingerprint sensor, 13-megapixel camera, 1080p display. The game is changing. Now, with the Umi Z Pro, what's the difference between this and the Z? The dual camera setup. Now, I've been playing around with the camera for a few minutes, and I got to tell y'all, this camera is a go. Now, you got live photos, and you also have something similar to iPhone 7's portrait mode. Now, of course, nothing is touching the portrait mode on the iPhone 7 right now, but this one comes close. It actually looks pretty good. All right, so let's go over the OS real quick. Fingerprint sensor. I would say it works 100% of the time. I haven't had to lay my finger down twice yet. Now, it's not the fastest one in the world. It's not like Huawei. All right, you see now, you got to actually press it, though. All right, see now, if I lay my finger on it, it'll take a little bit longer. If you actually press it, it works a little bit faster. Fingerprint sensors a go. Let's go through the drop-down menu. Now you got your Bluetooth, SIM card, auto rotate, flashlight, all your standard stuff. You got Screencast, you got battery saving mode, and you got virtual button. Now what virtual button is, you see if I hit this, it takes off the on-screen buttons. Now you do have touch capacitive buttons on the bottom, but they don't light up. So that's one of the things I don't like about this phone. I wish they would have had light up keys, but it's only two buttons. Well, really three, the fingerprint sensor and the two that flank it. So you're going to get to know them in a second, but I'd rather just leave them on because I like to look at them. Now you can also change the layout on these. I'll show you that in a second. All right, so let's go through the settings real quick. Now here's one thing you got to notice. No NFC. Now most of these trap phones, you're not going to get NFC. Is that a big deal? No, not at all. All right, let's see. We just hit more. Let's go to display. Okay, so you got your clear motion and your mirror vision. Basically what that is video enhancer. So you got video enhancer and picture enhancer. Brightness level, I got it set to max, and it does look pretty good. Now, same thing with the Umi Z. When you get outside, you get decent viewing angles, not the best in the world. You're not talking about quad HD AMOLED panels, but you're going to be able to see it. You're just going to have to do like I did, put the brightness all the way up when you're out in direct sunlight. Now, you got Screencast. I saw all y'all cats with the smart TVs. Switch it right over. Let's see anything else we need to look at. All right, you got a notification light, which is full RGB. All right, so you got red, green, and blue. You could switch that. Matter of fact, let me show you that. You could put it on for your missed notifications. I will leave that on, and then you could actually assign different colors. Okay, you got battery saving mode. Now here's buttons. Now you can change the button layout, which I already did because the stock one is going to have your recently used apps on the left. I prefer it on the right. So you can change that up, and you can also have the virtual button on and off from this setting. You got your background task clear, accessibility, schedule powered on and off, pretty much your basic stuff. Now that's one thing I like about the Umi phones. When you look through the OS, it's pretty much like a stock Android phone. No heavy bloatware, no crazy skins with a whole bunch of animations. Pretty much just a stock Android experience. And if you're buying a trap phone, that's what you want. Because you don't have the top of the line processor, so you don't need some big heavy skin weighing it down. All right, now let's go through the sound real quick. Pull up a video. The speakers actually sound pretty good. Here's the display. HD, 1080p. Listen to this. This is at max volume. You don't have that tingy sound when the bass hits. You don't feel that little vibration. Sounds exactly like a flagship speaker. All right, no different. So shout out to Umi. The speaker on this is pretty good. Now, like I said, exactly like a flagship. Now, it's not beating, dual speakers like on the iPhone or the HTCs with the little speaker on the top. But it's nice and loud. You're not going to have no problems with that at all. Let's see now. You got your recently used apps. Okay, now you see I got a bunch open. Phone still running smooth. Let's go online real quick. Look, I'll show you how to browser. Browser speed. All right, I'm on Amazon. Let's click on some products real quick. Let's see. Digital camera. Look at the loading time. Okay. Not too shabby at all. Let's click on it. Let's click on the picture, and we'll check out the zoom. Zoom in and out. Works fine. Let me open up. Let's go to another site. Let's go to HTC. Let's go to HTC real quick. We'll go to HTC site. And this is a big site. And look how fast that loaded up. No problems with that. Now, here's one of the best things about this phone, the camera. All right, so let's open up the camera app. Here's your camera. Now, check out the modes. You got, we'll start from the first one. All right, so you got panorama. All right, so you can do your panoramic shots. You got video. Now look at this. We'll go to settings. 4K video. On a $300 phone, you got 4K video. That's pretty good. Let's see, you got matter of fact, check this out. You got pro mode. Okay, so now you can change the white balance, the shutter speed, play with all the settings. You got face beauty. You got your regular photos. Put that in auto mode. Let's go to settings on photos. You got your self timer. You can turn the sound on and off. GPS. Picture size. 13 megapixels is the max. What else? You got zero shutter. You got voice capture. All right, you can use that if you want. You got your auto scene detection, your face detection, gesture shot. So you go like this to take a picture. Smile shot. You got your burst photos. Anti-flicker, all of the standard settings. Now, this is the mode right here, Boca mode. It's hard to see on this camera right here, but you can adjust this. All right, so if you adjust that little line right, now I'm trying to do this from behind the camera. I'm not. If it looks like the phone is lagging, it's not lagging at all. I'm trying to do this looking through my view monitor, so I'm not getting full touches. I'm gonna look at the phone now. All right, now you see if you zoom this in and out, it's hard to see right here, but basically what it's doing is blurring out the top and the bottom of the photo. Now, if you've seen the iPhone 7 portrait mode, you understand what I'm talking about. You can kind of do that on Instagram too afterwards with the filters. This is pretty dope. Now, I took a few test shots, and it's pretty good. All right, pretty good. Let's see what else you got. Now, you got mono, if you want to do some black and white photos. And now you got live photo. Now, let me show you what live photo is. I took a live photo just now. Let's go to... Hold on, let me just make sure. We'll go to our gallery. All right. All right, now it's called dynamic photos. Now, if y'all remember last night, I was playing the retro games. I just took a picture of my phone playing the retro games. It's just like iPhone 7 live photos. You just hold down the screen and you see it actually moves for a second. So it's like a little video clip. That was me playing Altered Beast last night. All right, so you got live photos. Now, for a phone that costs $300, I will say I'm pretty impressed with this camera. Now, that's one of the things that a lot of these trap phones suffer from is a mediocre camera. Now, don't get me wrong. You're not going to trade in your Pixel or your Galaxy S8. I'm not going to say don't buy that and buy this one for the camera. No. But if you're buying a phone as a budget phone, as a trap phone, you're going to be pleasantly surprised with this camera. Same thing with the front-facing camera, and you do have an LED flash. Now, like I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, $300, this is a go. Now, I was just talking to my little sister, right? Now, look, if you're not heavy into the phone game and you buying a phone basically just to use Facebook, make phone calls, send text messages, and browse the internet every now and then, there's no reason to spend $850 on a Google Pixel. No reason at all to do that. Instead of buying this phone right here for $850, pushing $900 almost after tax and depending on where you get it shipped from, you could buy the Umi phone for $300, the Z Pro, and the leftover money that you had that you was getting ready to waste, buy some Samsung Icon X headphones for the gym, $150. And you can also get yourself a nice brand new smartwatch. And now you're fully teched out with about $50 left to take yourself to dinner. So think about that. Now, one more thing I will say. In this day and age, now I'm ranting a little bit, but in this day and age, I've been watching the news. If you have a kid, right, if you have a kid and they're old enough to go outside by themselves and walk around, I don't care how old they are, even if they just walking around the corner to the grocery store, walking around the corner to school, maybe riding their bike in the neighborhood with their friends, you gotta get them a phone. All right, in this day and age, a phone is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. Now, back in the days when you was a kid, I don't know how old y'all are, but if you had a phone, there was only two people that had phones back in the days when I was growing up, doctors and drug dealers. Nowadays, you gotta get your kid a phone. Now, I bought my daughter a phone when she was 8 years old. She's 13 years old now. So I got her a cheap phone just like this when she was 8, just so she could get in the habit of having a phone, carrying it, not losing it, getting trained to charging it every night. Now, she's a phonologist. Now, check this out. If you got kids, now me, I only got one kid, so I could spoil her and get an iPhone 7 and all that. Who cares? But a lot of people have 3 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids. You're not buying 5 iPhone 7 Pluses. You're not going to do that. Now, if you got 3 kids, for the price of one iPhone 7, you can get all 3 of your kids a nice phone like this. And when they hold it and they start playing with it and they compare it to your phone that you got, they're not going to feel like, okay, my dad got the new phone and I got this. All right, you pull out the Google Pixel and you pull out your Pixel and they pull out this. They pretty much look and feel the same. Anyway, this is the Umi Z Pro. I highly recommend this for $300. Have your last drink. If you're looking for a good budget phone, a good backup phone, there's no excuse now for your pops to be walking around with that Motorola StarTAC from 2000. No, get them something like this. Get your mom something like this. And if you got kids, definitely get them a phone. All right, before we get out of here, I forgot to show y'all a couple of accessories. All right, so we got the Umi Z Pro 9H Magic Glass. Okay, now you can buy this from the website. Let's check this out. Same kind of presentation as the phone. Aluminum case. Got to struggle to get it open a little bit. You get your wet wipes. One wet, one dry. 9H glass screen protector. Now we got a couple of cases. So let's check out the first case. Now this is going to be your standard case. Just a gel skin, transparent case. All your cutouts on deck. Let's slap it on the phone real quick. Basic case. Nothing too fancy. Let's check. Minimum razivity. The camera's already flushified, so you don't got to worry about that. Standard. Now, my favorite case. I don't know why this case isn't available for some other phones, but I'm loving this case. I don't know why, but we got the Z case. Now, this case is on Amazon. It's going to run you about $10. You're not getting too much protection. It's going to protect the corners of your phone. It's just unique. It looks nice. And it feels good in the hands. Ladies, you know my information. Love the Z case. Anyway, so this is the Umi Z Pro. Umi Z. 2 heavy hitters in the trap game. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about these. Shout out to everybody rocking with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Voxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with the new stream on Sundays. Y'all already know, Stream Gangsters on deck. Get your drinks ready. No meat boys allowed. Oh yeah, special shout out to everybody following me on Snapchat, Flossy_Carter, that's where I'm at. And a special shout out to the notification squad. I'll see y'all in the comment section early. #salute. Shout out to Team Xerxes. Oh yeah, one more thing. I almost forgot. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, close your eyes and picture me rolling. It's your boy Flossy. Deuces. Spock, one to beam up.